My engineering hero is Brunel. I know that's very, very common. He was just so holistic in the way that he approached engineering, and he tackled the entire cycle from London all the way to Bristol and Ireland and the US, and I just think it was incredible the way that he tackled every phase of infrastructure. I really wanted to work in development, and when I went out to Uganda I realised the biggest things that they were having problems with were infrastructure, whether that was transport, telecommunications or clean water and sanitation, and all of those things fall under the remit of civil engineers, and I think that's when I decided definitely want to be a civil engineer. I think my proudest moment to date was speaking in the United Nations. I volunteered with a charity called World Merit, which were looking at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So we spent 2 weeks intensively putting together an action plan with 22 people from 13 different countries. That was just our group, and then at the end I was elected to present that project to the United Nations, which was really terrifying but also really incredible. I would like to see more engagement in the world as a whole in terms of sustainable development. We can be a little inward looking, and I feel like sometimes we focus so much on our individual projects we don't look at how each of those individual projects impacts the world as a whole, and so I would like to see us being a little more outward looking. As new civil engineer graduate of the year, I would raise significant awareness around the Sustainable Development Goals. The United Nations is pushing hard to get more people to engage and tackle them, and civil engineers are so perfectly placed to do that. We are involved in the design, implementation and operation of all developments really, and each of those developments has an impact on whether we can achieve future sustainable development. So I would make sure everyone was aware of those goals and was enabled to actually start tackling them.
Brittany really showed great passion and great knowledge. She was introducing her passion and manifesto for taking the Sustainable Development Goals forward across the industry, and she really knew her stuff about them.
What particularly impressed me about Brittany was that in her relatively short experience already, she had a passionate belief in community engagement in design and civil engineering. And I think that that's something she's learnt in a couple of years' worth of experience, that actually we can get that put back into our education system. I think there's a real possibility to really innovate how we educate our future engineers in future.
She's got great enthusiasm, she understands the issues and knows how to articulate them well, and she's definitely ready to articulate her views and contribute to discussion in any environment, no matter how large the panel or how small and focused the people she's interfacing with. I was interested in the fact that she had discovered there's actually a very low awareness of the Sustainable Development Goals across the industry, so I think probably the people who would benefit the most from meeting her were people who needed to learn more about the Sustainable Development Goals, and that's everyone who doesn't know about them now, because they are really important, and it is clear that they will be driving finance and investment decisions. They are an indicator for finance investment decisions, so frankly I'm shocked at the low awareness that she seems to have discovered.